I do cutbacks whenever I can. Whenever I'm thinking, do I need my 80th Superman? I try to pass on stuff like that. So when I saw this Green Arrow and this Flash 2-pack come out, I didn't jump to pre-order it. Like I actually kind of thought about it for a minute. Because I was like, do I need another Green Arrow? And I'm like, well, he is in the new costume. So I guess I do. And do I need another Flash? Well, he is unmasked. Let's open it and see if I really did need it. Okay, let me know in the comments. Did I need another Green Arrow? Did I need another Flash? Because we got the shirtless one. Thank God we got that one, because now we can look at that and really feel good about that Roberto's and that Pepsi we had for lunch. Then we have this one, which is basically the same toy as this one. The only difference really is the bow. And that's when he had makeup on his eyes. And that's when he had his mask. So you kind of don't really need both of those, but for some reason I got them. Here's the new one, and with this show, basically with all the superheroes, they have to put a black wash on everybody's costume to tone it down. I don't know why they do that. And then after you kind of buy the fact that it's the Green Arrow, they start to lose the wash and make it more green. Like you see how much more green this figure is than the one next to it. And it's by far my favorite Arrow off of the show, so I am kind of glad that I got it. On the Flash, once again, you see the one on the right has that deep black wash, and that's kind of how he was in the show. And then once you accept the fact that he's a Flash, they kind of lose the wash and give you more of a red costume. I mean, it's a comic book show. Why can't you just give us a bright red costume and call it a day? Let's check these out. Now here's this Flash, and then here's also the other Flash. So this one is, I mean, I'm glad that it's finally red and not this black red, because I really hate when they do that to the superheroes in the movies and the TV shows. They just have to put that black wash on everything. And the Flash is not a figure you want to put a wash on. You want it bright. So this is basically the same exact toy. These also come with a ton of hands. I went ahead and put the running hands on this one. I tried to put the running hands on this one, but these fist hands just will not come off. And if I pull any harder, it's going to get broke off inside the toy. So I guess this one's just going to have the fisted hands. And the difference on these is obviously they got rid of the black wash, thank God. So I'm glad I got it just for that alone. Then he has a white lightning bolt, which I also like a lot more. He does come unmasked. He also has a masked head, which is the same exact as the one that you already have. So why even put that in the package? You definitely don't need it. But the articulation, it's exactly the same as basically the Arrow. It has a few extra joints on it, which I wish that it didn't. It's got the thigh cut here, and there's no belt here. So I would have rather had this on the Arrow. Because like if that seam doesn't line up, what's the point? Like that was kind of a waste of a joint. And this one does swivel at the boot, which is cool. I love that joint. That's one of my favorite joints because it just looks so natural. The Arrow didn't do that, and I don't know why they didn't. Like that would have been a really good joint for that, and on every toy that has boots. And then the feet, the ankles are exactly the same. They swivel, and then they also have that hinge there. But there's a Flash. I definitely like the unmasked one. I like the bright red. I am kind of glad that I got these. So I guess it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm going to throw them up on the collection kind of for you can see how it's coming along. Okay, here's this new Arrow. And after getting him out of the box, I actually am really glad that I got him. He comes with this soft hood. I think it would have been nicer if they would have given us an unmasked one, because I would have displayed him like that. But the hood peels back, but it doesn't come off. So you can kind of see the head there. So it's almost kind of like an unmasked, but they didn't quite get it. I mean, he should have came with another head. Like, it's a 2-pack. At least give us that. But this costume is really good. Tons of new sculpt. It's a brand new toy. It's probably the only time they'll ever use this mold, or for the most part. Articulation is basically the same as it was before. It has just a, a ball and socket on the shoulder. And it looks really clean. I like clean joints. And then on this elbow, it's got like the single, and then it pivots here. But look how clean that shoulder is, and the elbow, really clean. Same wrist joint that we've been getting forever. Has a hinge, and it rotates. The ab crunch on these is really nice. Like, it turns and it crunches right here at the top. I like that a lot. This hip joint, it's really clean, but it's kind of weird because it opened when you spread his legs. That definitely looks awkward. And if you want to have him running or something, then it just doesn't go right. Like that doesn't really work at all. So, but it looks really clean like that. There's no slit here, which you think there would be because they have a strap, so that would have been a nice place for it. The double knee, the same ankle you got. It has a pivot and it has a hinge on it. So the articulation is it's nice. It's not the best thing, but it's enough for me. Like I mean, he's nice and clean as a figure. He's not over articulated, so he looks good when you pose him, and you can still kind of pose him a little bit, mess around with him. The bow on this thing is great. They did an awesome job on that. They got a string. He comes with a ton of hands. You really don't need any of the hands. I mean, you need a bow hand and you need an arrow hand, and that's pretty much it. But you can put it on a fist hand or whatever you want to do on that. Okay, here's how the collection's coming along. Tons of green arrows. You knew that was going to happen. And then the rest of the arrow, I have the Flash. I kind of like for some new characters in Flash. I mean, there's a lot of characters they're not making. They just did Ragman and Arrow. I would love to get a toy like that because we don't even have a Ragman in our collection. And then Gotham over here. So it's kind of like this is where I'm putting my TV show figures. These TV shows are good. They're not great. And the toys are about the same. Thanks for watching.